Hi there. Thank you so much for joining my channel today, Nail Art by Sin. If you're new to the channel, I want to thank you for visiting. And if you are a return viewer or a subscriber, I thank you sincerely from the bottom of my heart for your continued support. So today we're going to do some more reverse stamping, and I have a tropical nail art design to share with you. So without further ado, let's get started.
All right, so we are going to get started. The first thing I want to just say is that we are going to do a little bit of reverse nail stamping. And I have my nails semi-prepped. I've got the thumbnail, the index finger, and the pinky already polished. I used Madame Glam's Perfect White for these two and for the thumb. Now, this is one nail that I've already done the reverse stamping on. And as you can see, it turned out very, very pretty. I actually went back and I put a top coat. It's called Madame Glam. It just says gel polish. It actually says Am I Clear? That is the name of the polish. And as you can see, it's like a little top coat, and it's got a little bit of glitter effect there. So it's a real pretty polish. Now, it doesn't really look like the nail is white to me. I don't know if when I added the top coat, this polish that I just talked about, onto the nail, I'm not sure if it smudged some of the black stamping polish that I had used in the beginning. So this is a stamping polish. It's Born Pretty. It's black, and that is what I used to stamp the actual design. But something kind of dulled the white a little bit. I think it looks kind of not so bright white. So I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to do another thumbnail with you guys. And so the nail is prepped and ready to go. What I'm going to do is go ahead and stamp the image that I stamped right here. And this time, after I do the reverse stamping, I am going to use my Maniology smudge-free top coat on it. It's B382. And then once I get that to dry, then I will go back in and put this Madame Glam Am I Clear polish on the top of it to give it that glitter effect. So let's start with stamping the design. So I have my Born Pretty black. Stamping polish here. And I am using these two plates for the design on this nail set. These are tropical collections that I had purchased from MoYou London. So I love their plates. And looking at this nail, I can tell that I used this portion of the stamping plate right here. So that's what we're going to do as well. All right, let's see here. I'm going to do this. All right, and I'm going to get my scraper here and then just scrape at a 45-degree angle. And then I'm going to take my stamper and pick up the image, and that is a perfect pickup. Look at that. It just looks beautiful. There isn't even anything that I need to clean off. Everything looks great. So I'm going to let that dry a little bit before I go in and start with the reverse stamping. I am not, usually I do reverse stamping with the stamping polishes that I have. But this time I thought I'm going to use some of my regular not gel polish, regular nail lacquer polishes that I have. And so I just pulled out some random colors that I used on this one. And so we're going to use the same color scheme. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little Maniology pineapple plate cleaner out. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of clean this up real good. And this plate from OU London, it's called Tropical Collection 07. And then on the side there, it's got the 07 as well. I'm just trying to clean up the plate real good. I always try to do that with my plates, just try to keep them real clean. Okay, that looks wonderful. Put that over to the side. And let's just let that dry just a little bit more. I'm going to zoom myself in so that it's easier to see. All right, so the first gel polish that I'm going to use is, I guess I'm going to start off with the pineapples, which is this one here and this one here, and a little bit of this one down here. So the pineapple color that I chose is this color here. It's Candy Moyu nail polish, and it's $9.52. Now, when I do reverse stamping, I like to use a dotting tool. So let me get my little dotting tool out. Okay, so I think it's dry enough. We're going to go ahead and just so you're barely going to touch the image. You're just barely touching it. And the reason because of that is you do not want to lift the stamping off the image because it'll take away from the design. And so you could see when you turn the image around how that's going. Okay. you can see that I did go over the line just a little bit right here, so I'm going to try and just lift that up. So that's what I'm talking about. It will lift up your design completely. So you definitely do not want to do that. And here is the 3 pineapple areas, and when you look at it from this way, you can clearly see how wonderful they look. Okay, so now we're going to do the red strawberries. And so we're going to use, it's kind of a little pinkish color. We're going to use the Opie little mini bottle I have here of red. It doesn't have a name on it. It just says Opie Infinite Shine 2. So we're going to open this. Sorry, it's just a little hard to open. All right, got it. So it looks like I've got 1 strawberry. And that's it on the strawberries, just 1. This is the only strawberry that we have. That looks great from the other side. All right, and now we're going to go in with the green for the leaves. Got quite a bit of green coverage there, so let's see what we can do. Okay. So we've got all this green area in between the black and the green. I mean, in between the black, there's some dead space that I want to cover in with green. Alright, that's the way it looks like there, and here's what it looks like from the back. So we're going to get a little bit more green. Okay. Almost done. Just about finished here on the green. Okay, if we turn it around, you can see just how pretty that looks. Now we're going to get some orange. All right, and we are going to kind of go around the little edges that look like they might be for orange. Okay, now we're going to get a little bit of yellow for the bananas. And here we go with the yellow. just going to get right in between the little banana slices or banana edges there. Those are the only bananas there that I can see. So let's turn it over. Sure enough. I'm just going to color the inside of that little floral yellow just to kind of bring that out a little bit and make it pop. Okay, that looks really nice. That looks beautiful, guys. It looks really good. All right, so I'm going to let that dry completely, and I'll be right back. All right, this has completely dried, and as you can see, it just looks wonderful from the reverse side. So what I'm going to do is I always use Orly Bonder whenever I'm doing reverse stamping. This stuff is wonderful. You just need a very, very light coat on your tip or your nails. And so you just want to let it sit for 1 to 2 minutes just to let it get tacky. Okay. Let that sit there for just a few seconds. Okay, so this has been on for about 2 minutes, and so this Orly Bonder that I use, it's a rubberized base coat for those of you that don't know. It's magical. This stuff is great for, especially when you're putting on nail wraps. Put this on after you prep your nail, put this on. It really helps the nail wrap stay on weeks on end. Wonderful stuff there. All right, so I'm going to line this up with this nail and just get it centered. And I'm sorry y'all really can't see this, but here we go. There, it's going to be perfect. And there it is. That turned out perfect. Now, it does have the little overhang, of course, but I will clean all that up. Like I said, I normally do my reverse stamping with stamping polish, but I thought I would try to do it with regular gel polish. I mean regular just nail lacquer polish, and it works just as well. You just have to be patient and let it dry really well. Otherwise it will smear. All right. Excuse my thumbnail, I broke a nail and I haven't had time to fix it. Let me get my little tweezers out. See if I can get most of this off. So this is all I do. I just go around the edges from the underside of the tip. And after a while, I will go in with some acetone and just clean that up real good. All right. That looks really pretty. You can see the difference in the nails. This one is the one I just did, and it looks completely white. This one looks more of a grayish, pearlish, grayish color, and I really think it has something to do with this polish. After all, it does have a gray shade on the label, so I'm thinking this has maybe a little bit of gray coverage. So I might see if I can find another glittery top polish to put on top of this one, and see if maybe that's not, because I really do like the white nail better. All right, let me clean up the underside real good before I start anything else. And what I do is I have these little Q-tips that are basically used to clean up the nails. All right, so I'm just dipping the little Q-tip in the 100% acetone, and just gonna clean up the sides a little bit like that. Okay. It doesn't take too long at all to clean up. There you go. I'm going to take some of my Maniology smudge-free top coat. It's B382. And you just barely want to touch the nail. Barely. I would just glide it over it. And so it doesn't smudge it at all. All right, so I am going to let that sit to the side and dry. And I just messed up the side of it, so excuse me there. Okay, so we're going to let that dry. All right, so what I did was I added the Maniology smudge-free top coat, and that is dry. And the white is still clearly very visible, as you can see, which means nothing, not the black smeared or anything. So I really do believe that this was caused by the and my clear polish that I had here. That was Madam Glam. It had, not that it smeared, it was a like a gray tinted polish. So I was looking for another top coat with glitter, but then I thought, you know what, maybe I shouldn't put glitter on it. I think I'm just going to put regular top coat. So this is my Nail Boo Forever Glaze top coat. I get this at Sally's. I have a lot of other top coats that I can use, but I just always grab this one. Okay, so we are going to just top coat this with regular top coat now, just to protect it all. And this looks very pretty because, as I said, you can really see the white background, and that's what I wanted. That is very nice. I'm going to put this in the lamp for 60 seconds. All right, so I'm going to put this away because I probably will not be using this tip due to not liking the shade of like a dull gray. I'm going to use this one. This one is beautiful. You can really see the difference. So this is the one that has a darker film shade on it, and this one is white. I mean, look at the difference on both of those. So we're going to use this one as the thumb. Put that off to the side. Now we're going to do another design on the index finger. So I think kind of want to do like a watermelon design. So I have this other plate that is Tropical Collection. It was the second one that I showed you by Moyu London. And it actually has the whole watermelon design here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be this one here. I'm going to try that. So I think what I want to do is use like a dark green color. And let me pause for a little bit so I can look at the greens that I have, the green polishes, stamping polishes that I have. And this is the green that I found in my stamping polishes by Born Pretty. And this was called, it's SP016. The black one that I'm using is SP001. So this is the other shade of green that I found in my regular gel polish. It's Candy Moyu. And it is a lighter shade of green. So we're going to use this one. So I'm going to put a little bit here on my palette. And I'm going to get out my dotting tool and start coloring in this. That's perfect. I'm going to turn it over so I can see this side of it. Oh, that's going to look real pretty with the two different shades of green. Okay. It's perfect. As you can see, reverse stamping is really a lot of fun. And I think that I could do some of this freehand art. But I don't know, there's just something about stamping, nail stamping, that's very relaxing and therapeutic like, so I do enjoy it. Almost done with this one. This is going really quick. All right, we're going to turn it over just so you can see the other side of it. That is what it's going to look like. All right, so we are going to let that dry for about 2 minutes. Okay, so this is dry. I already put the Orly Bonder on here, and it's been on for about 2 minutes. So we are ready to add our watermelon design to the nail. And it looks like it's going to be able to cover the entire nail. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it this way first and then flip it over, just so I can make sure and line it up correctly. All right, there we go. Don't move it. And there you go. Hold on. And that looks perfect. Look at that. It looks amazing. It covered the entire nail. No flaws, no bubbles, no nothing. So let me get my tweezers so that I can pull this end off real quick. And it kind of stuck to the little, what do you call it, the putty I have on the tip stand. But that's okay, we'll get this all off. Let me see here. Okay, let me pull this out. All right, that is perfect. All right, let me get this. Whoops. Okay, we're just gonna pull off these little edges here, clean this up. Let me get another pair of tweezers because this one is not working very well. try these. Okay. This I'm probably going to have to file off because this is part of the white gel polish that I used, the Madam Glam white gel background. All right, let me get just a little bit. Give me a second. I need to get a little nail file. I use this little nail file I have here to just kind of get that off a little bit. There you go. Okay. This cleans this up really easy, as you can see. Okay, I just cleaned this up the best that I could, and I added a little bit of this green up here on the top, and then a little bit of the stamping polish right here on the side where it came off when I filed it. But that looks awesome. So we're going to let that dry because it's nail lacquer and it's stamping polish right here on the sides before I put a top coat on it. Okay, and while our watermelon design is drying, before I put the top coat, I'm going to take the pinky white nail and going to get my Born Pretty stamping polish, and I'm going to try to get this design right here, this right here on this nail. So it'll be some of the flowers, some of the green leaves, and some of the white background. So let's try that. All right, that looks great right there. So I'm going to let that dry so then I can go in and do reverse stamping on it. All right, so this is dry, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to color the flowers, give this nail set a little bit of flower color. So I found this real pretty orange regular nail polish, Cosmic Colors, that's the name of it. And then I also have this Cillian Mirror Nail Polish. It's a blue. So we're going to add just a tint, maybe on one of the smaller flowers. And then I'm going to do a red one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flowers. So a yellow one, an orange one, a red. This is kind of a hot pink red. And then this orange one and this blue color. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'll add a couple more colors. All right. And then for the leaves, we'll just add the green and this little orange slice. I'll give it a little bit of this orange color there. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I've already cleaned the plates. I'm going to move them over to the side. And let's see here. Let's start off with the little blue flower. Get my dotting tool again. Start with this flower down here. Right. And that looks beautiful right there. Then I'm going to move on to the Cosmic Colors. And this doesn't have a number on it or anything. Looks great. And now I'm going to do this pink reddish color. All right, that looks great. It's a little yellow color. Looks beautiful. Here's some of this orange color. Okay, that looks good. Let me grab another color. That looks great. And let's see if we can add one more. There's one more little flower here. So I guess I'm gonna go with this blue again. Okay, and now I've just got to come in with the green colors. So I'm going to do 2 shades of green. I'm going to do this one and this one. I do like doing the reverse stamping with a regular polish because when it dries like pliable, I guess you would say, soft. When you do reverse stamping with stamping polish, it's a little harder, I think. Sorry, got a little tickle in my throat, excuse me. Ooh, had a little tickle or something in my throat there. almost done with the green. All right, that looks really nice there. All right, so we're going to let that dry. I'm going to clean off my little palette here. I just am using 100% acetone to get this polish up. Palette's 100% clean now, and we're just going to let that dry. Okay, so that is still drying. I'm going to put on the Orly Bonder. Just one very light coat of it. We'll let that get tacky for 2 minutes. Okay, so I am getting ready to transfer this over. I'm probably not going to get all of these flowers on here because the nail is kind of small, but I will do my best on getting most of it on here. So there you go. That's perfect. That looks beautiful. All right, so I'm going to add the Maniology Smudge Free Top Coat to both the index finger. Just going to put it on very lightly so it doesn't smudge. And then we're going to let these dry. And then I'm going to come back with the gel top coat to really protect the design. There you go, that looks great. And now we're going to do it to this little pinky nail. And I love the way the white just pops out in the background as the thumbnail is doing. So nothing is smudging, it looks perfect. And we're just going to let these air dry. I'm going to do it, I guess, for about 5 minutes. And I will be back to top coat these, and then we'll start working on the other 2 nails. Okay, these are dry now. I'm going to put the top coat on them. And this is, of course, my no wipe gel top coat that I use. And this is really going to make it shine and pop. Beautiful. Okay. Oh my God, this is so pretty, you guys. It's just amazing what reverse stamping can really make a design so beautiful. Look at that. So gorgeous. All right, I'm putting that in the lamp for 60 seconds. And now what I'm going to do is I have to decide, these are going to be accent nails, so I'm not going to do any nail stamping on them. So I'm probably going to do maybe some type of, I guess like French tips on them, and might just put a little bit of gemstones just to kind of make it really pop a little bit. Okay, so let me finish these 2 that are drying in the lamp, and I will be right back. Okay, so I am going to do the French nail tips here, and I decided to use regular polish. I'm going to try it with this. If it doesn't work, then I'll wipe it off, and then we'll proceed with gel polish. So I'm going to use the Candy Moyo. This one is called, let's see what it says. It just says nail polish 952, so there is no color on it, just the number that's on the bottle there. Okay, you notice that this is a 25-inch Shine Chance brush, and it's very stuck together. So the secret to always loading your brushes correctly is I use this Madam Glam brush cleaner, and basically I'm just going to rub the whole brush in it, and what it does is it actually separates the hairs for you very nicely, and it just makes it very easy for you to use the brush and keep all the bristles together. So I'm going to just kind of move this along like this. Then I'm going to wipe it so the bristles are opened up. Now I'm going to load my brush with the actual polish that I'm going to be using. All right, so let me try this. I'm going to go straight across here. Same on the other side. And then I'm going to go up this side here. And do the same on this side. And it looks like it's pretty even. I was going to do it in green, but then I thought it might be a little too much green with the watermelon print in the middle. So I thought I'll just go with the natural brown color. Okay, now I'm going to give this a little curve here. Yeah, just kind of curve it a little bit there. And I'm going to do the same to the other side. I do like the way the gel polish moves a little bit better than regular polish. But you know, back in the day before all the gel polishes came about, this is what they used. They used regular nail polish, so that's why I wanted to try it. I don't know. Honestly, I'm just not liking it very much. So I don't know if it's the brush or the polish. So I'm going to wipe it clean. And with me, you get the raw footage. I'm not going to delete this out. I'm actually going to clean the brush really good. And I'm going to try another brush. And then if it doesn't work, then I will try my 17 milliliter brush because I use that one all the time. Here it is. All right, so I know that this brush I use all the time. So let me wipe this off. And if I could see that it's doing the same thing, then I will use a gel polish. Let's see what this does. Let's try it. I know I don't need to clean this brush because I use this one all the time. So as you can see, it loads the polish up very well. I think it's just going on a little bit too thick. Okay, I'm going to resort to using the regular gel polish for the French tips. Okay, you're going to see a big difference when I start using when I start using a gel polish on this. Okay, here we go. Just make sure I get all this brown off. Get it back to that nice shiny white that we had. All right, here we go. Let me find me a brown polish to match this one. All right, so I'm going to use Guibofu, and this one is number 008. And I chose Guibofu brand because I don't have the brown color I need in Madame Glam's, so that's all right. We'll use this one. All right, so I'm going to load my brush up real good. And we're going to use this one. Oh, I like that color a lot. Okay, there you go. That's a perfect color for it. I'm going to give this a little curve right here. Thing I really, really love about gel polish is how it self-levels itself. There you go. That looks wonderful. It's such a pretty color. That looks wonderful. Okay, so instead of gems, I decided to go ahead and do a little bit more nail stamping. I am going to use a, maybe like a, I know I'm going to do green. I'm going to do this little pineapple right here, but I'm going to do, maybe I'll do this pineapple here. Yeah, so I'll do this pineapple here in the lighter shade of brown, or maybe a darker shade of the stamping. Let me see what I have. All right, these two came out very nicely. So I'm going to get my stamper and my scraper ready. And I am going to take this Born Pretty stamping polish. It's called the Concerto Series BP TC11. It looks almost like a little goldy color. And let's see what I can do with this one right here. All right, and I'm going to remove all of this right here. Let's see that. Okay, let's see if we can't get this right up in here. Okay, we're gonna do it just right in the center, right there. Oh, you can't barely see it. Okay, that's not gonna work. Let me wipe this off. It's too light. Okay, let's try something else. All right, let's go back to the drawing board. Let me wipe this off. Okay, so I found this gold color stamping polish, and it's called, well, it's SP004. It is Born Pretty, and it stamps in that color right there. So I tried it on the larger one, and it did stamp out perfect. So now I'm going to do it with you on the little nail, the pinky nail, and then we'll do the green leaves. Okay. All right, let me just remove this little area right here and that little area right there. All right, let's do the pinky. All right, that's perfect. And now we're going to do the green. clean the stamper off with just some tape. There you go. Stamper is clean. I'm going to get the green. Okay. Let's see how this works out. Nope, didn't come out very well. Let me try that again. Okay. And that's much better. So now I'm just going to take off this little piece right here. And I believe that's all. Okay. Let's do that on the small nail first. And we're just going to mark it up on the sides of it. Okay. That is perfect. Okay. Now we're going to try this on the side of the bigger nail. Pick it up real quick. There you go. Take that off. Take that off. And that should be okay. And we're going to put it right here on the sides of the pineapple, which is going to be perfect. All right, that looks great. Now we're going to do the top of the pineapple. We're going to take this portion off, this whole portion off, and that off. Let's do the big one first. Okay, I'm going to put it right here on top of the gold part of the pineapple. There you go. I may need to add a little bit more green right here on the side, but I can do that certainly. do that right now. Just add a little bit more of this greenery on that side. Let's just take off a little piece of that. All right, let's try this little piece right here. All right, that looks great. Put the light right on it so you can see it all. Looks good. I think it needs a little bit of green right here, but I'll go in and touch that up. There you go. That's perfect right there. We're going to do the little nail now. All right. Going to remove all of this right here. And this part of the pineapple is coming off. And here we go. There you go. That looks great. I think it needs one more little leaf right there, so I will do that. We'll remove all this right here. And we're going to add it right there to that little spot. There you go. That turned out great as well. Okay, we're going to let those dry a little bit. And then I'll come back and top coat them. I'm just cleaning off the plate. Okay, that looks really clean. And now we're just waiting a few minutes for these to completely dry, and then I'll add my Forever Glaze top coat to it. And here is the final reveal of the tropical nail design that I put together with reverse stamping using regular polishes and some gel polishes, and of course the Born Pretty stamping polishes. So I think they turned out beautiful. I decided to go ahead and add just a little bling to the pointing finger and the ring finger, and I think they turned out just really awesome. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. See you on the next video. Have a blessed day.
Again, thank you so much for watching my video, and I look forward to seeing you back on return videos for more fun nail tutorials. Thank you.